Now in this part then we've got to find the value of k. And to do this we need to consider the motion of P. So I'll just write up here that we're going to consider B. And to do that we're going to look at applying Newton's second law. That's force equals mass times acceleration in a vertical sense. We need to mark on the acceleration of B. Now because the string is inextensible, then whenever A moves, B will move exactly the same at exactly the same time, and it will have exactly the same acceleration as A. So since B moves upwards, its acceleration will be a quarter g. Now let's mark on some forces acting on B. We've got the weight acting on B. The mass is km, so the weight will be the mass times g, so that'd be kmg newtons. There'll also be a tension acting upwards. Now, as for this tension, because the pulley is smooth, the tensions will be exactly the same. So we found out from the previous part that the tension acting in the string on A was equal to 15 mg over 4, 15 quarters mg. So we just mark that in, and that'll be in newtons. So we've got all the forces now acting on B, and because B is moving upwards, let's apply Newton's second law upwards. We'll look at the resultant force upwards. We'll resolve upwards, and what have we got? We've got T, so put that down, T. We've got minus kmg. Now this is the overall resultant force acting upwards, and this resultant force is equal to the mass times the acceleration. Well, we know that the mass is km, so we can put that in, and the acceleration is a quarter g. Now if we substitute the value for t in, we've got 15 quarters mg minus the kmg here equals a quarter kmg. So if we add kmg to both sides, what we're going to have is 1 whole mg plus a quarter mg, and that's going to be 5 quarters mg. And it will also be times with that k. Now I could cancel out the mg's by dividing through by mg to both sides, so that goes once and that goes once, and I could times through by 4, and I've got 15 equals 5k, and if I divide by 5, that means that k equals 3. Alright, so hope you've been able to follow that, and that brings us now to the end of this part of the question.